Alright everybody, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Now today, I have a little bit of a different video to make. I want to sit down and explain to you why do I take my GL ships, and I guess in this case, it would be the Executor, for offense in GAC. Now, I do want to preface this by first saying this isn't going to work for everyone. We're going to talk about this in this video, why I do it. I get this question asked all the time in my streams, and I want to clear the room and just give you my reasons for why I take my ships on offense. Now, I'm fully aware it's a great idea to put them on defense, and I am not at all suggesting in this video that you guys do the same thing I do. Now, if what I tell you fits your description, maybe it's something for you to think about, but this is a thing that's more of a do as I say, not as I do thing. And I don't really recommend doing this for everyone, especially not everyone that's, you know, struggling in GAC. Now, the thing is that with my GAC, it is, I guess it's a little more different than perhaps yours because I stream it. So I guess we'll get into that in just a second, but that does play a factor into how I set my defenses and what I plan to take on my offenses. But before we get too far into this, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I would really appreciate it if you did that. More content, trying to do it every single day, so that'd be awesome. All right, so let's get started here. Now, GAC is, again, as I was saying, something I stream regularly. If we pull up my channel here, which is going to take just a second here, we pull up my channel here, and we see that almost all of my streams are GAC, and if they're not GAC, then they are Conquest. So a lot of GAC streams, a lot of the live streaming I do on this channel, which we have a lot of fun in our streams, by the way. If you haven't already checked those out, we have so much fun in our live streams. I would highly recommend doing it. Free roster reviews, free to play account, all that kind of stuff we cover in our streams. But in these streams, I need to plan out not only what's going to make me win, but also what's the most entertaining thing I can do on the stream as a content creator. Now, you might think this is a cop-out, which, I mean, maybe it is, but it is a valid reason of what I set what I put on my defense. And yes, I'm going to completely show you guys my defense, although because I haven't really, well, I change it from time to time. So, I mean, I have a lot of the Lightspeed stuff I just put on defense, and outside of Lightspeed stuff, it's farms I haven't finished. I should explain that if this is your first time you're watching my channel, I have a series, and I started my channel based off of me fixing my roster because I thought it sucked, it was ruined, I didn't take the game seriously for very long, and now I'm taking the game obviously seriously considering I make YouTube videos about it. So I wanted to fix my roster, and so I have these unfinished farms on here that these teams that I have from Lightspeed bundles and these farms I haven't finished, I put on defense. I don't really care too much about my defense. I more focus on making sure my offense is as good and as fun as I possibly can make it. Now, I switch this around a little bit from time to time, but overall, my focus is offense. I want to make sure the content I'm putting out is the best I can possibly make my content. Now, reason number 2 here. My fleets in general aren't that great. I have an undergeared negotiator fleet. My Y-Wing here is only 2 stars, which is, I haven't favorited. It's something I need to start farming. I'm just farming a few other ships, which we'll talk about in a second. The only relics I have on here are from a Lightspeed bundle and a Sith Eternal requirement, and everything else is minimum gear 12, or at most gear 12, I should say. So, I mean, honestly, this isn't great, but it's not the worst thing I've seen on defense. I've had worse things on defense. So honestly, I mean, in comparison to some of the other stuff I've seen, this is okay. Some of the other stuff I've set. And then I also have a Radis fleet here. This is mostly because of the Lightspeed bundles. And where is my comeuppance? There it is. I need to put the comeuppance on here. I don't know where the best spot to put it. We'll just put it there for now. Now, the comeuppance here is gonna help out this fleet a lot, but the majority of what I focus on with this fleet is making sure that I get these ships out of the way that I don't really use. This is another fleet I don't really use that much. It's 5 stars, haven't really bothered upgrading it too much. I have some good ships on defense there, but overall not going to do too much for me there. So my fleets in general are not great on defense, but my fleets outside of defense that I really only have 2 other good fleets. I have my Executor, obviously, which is what we're talking about, and the Chimera is my other one I really like using. My Chimera and my Executor are my two primary fleets that I use, and then my Chimera fleet is what I'm focusing on right now, farming TIE Defender, farming TIE Reaper, working on getting those conquest ships like the TIE Interceptor. That's what I'm kind of focusing on, is making sure that my Empire and Chimera fleet is up and running. And I mean, to be honest, I just can't do all that at once. I gotta hoard prestige, I gotta upgrade what I can afford to upgrade, and put on the back burner what I can't. So my fleets is a battle. I have to pick and choose what I'm upgrading. I can't just upgrade everything at once, especially when I'm going for a Galactic Legend. We're going for SLKR now and finishing up a bunch of other farms here. So I can't afford to just, farm every fleet right now, right? So I have to pick and choose. And for content, my GL ships on offense make sure I can punch through it, get through it, and it's entertaining on stream. And I just don't have enough fleets to be able to focus on putting the best defense and offense that I can. I have to work with what I have, basically. And perhaps most importantly, as we saw earlier, the rest of my defense kind of suck. I kind of went into this a little bit when I was talking about the last point. This kind of, I guess, got mangled in there, but the rest of my defense is not great. This is my next GAC opponent. You guys just saw my GP. I'm 5.5 million with one Galactic Legend. This is my next opponent. I can't afford to put a bunch of good teams on defense because they're just going to win anyways. Even if I put my best teams on defense, they're still going to beat it, and then I'm not going to be able to punch through their offense, their defense. Their offense is going to punch through my defense no matter what I put on defense, and I need things to push through their offense because I'm not going to be able to push through their offense unless I have my best things available. So that includes their ships. I didn't even look at their ships. That's probably what we're talking about here. I probably should show you their ships. This is my last opponent. We'll look at their ships here. I don't remember what they had on defense, but let's take a look. This is my previous opponent that we just won. Okay, this one's not a great example, but I believe they had Negotiator, and I think it was Malevolence. It was Negotiator and Malevolence that they had on defense. So I had to use my Executor and Chimera, Executor on Negotiator, Chimera on Malevolence, and I actually dropped that battle with my Chimera, and I cleaned it up with a Home 1 fleet. This is what I'm saying, is that my fleets aren't ideal yet, still working on it, and I need better things on offense to be able to punch through their defense, considering I don't have enough to make an amazing defense and have an amazing offense, if that makes sense. Now, I don't know if I would necessarily, honestly, I don't know if I would recommend anyone else doing what I do, unless you absolutely need to and you're in the same situation where you're punching up against people who are, twice your GP, basically. Unless you're doing that, I mean, I don't really think that this is the best idea. I know putting your ships on defense is the meta thing for a reason, but these are a few things I take in consideration to what fleets I take on offense. Again, I know this isn't the best ideal situation, but with what I have on my roster right now and what I'm farming, it's what I can afford to do. And I know people are probably going to tell me that I'm wrong and all this other stuff, but that's kind of what I've been doing. I've climbed to Chromium 1, and when I started streaming, I was in Bronzium 1, and right now we're about to go into a Rhodium. And this is the strategy that I've been using, and it's absolutely worked. Now, you can say that because I put such an easy defense for them to beat, that I am putting myself at risk, that even if I do clear their defense, that I won't win the GAC because I won't have high enough banners to be able to, win the GAC. Now, I think that's an amazing point, and it's something I've definitely thought about. However, in the past, it's actually proven me very effective to have a weaker defense, because what will happen is that they see what I have on defense, they look at my roster, they say, oh, they only have this and this and this, and then they just decide that this is an easy GAC for them, don't really try too much, or they put too much pressure on themselves to make sure that they get the best banners possible and accidentally drop something, or, the opposite, I guess, to what I was saying is that they either try too hard and they end up dropping battles, or they don't try hard enough and they take it too easy, and then I come in, swoop in with my Wampa, with my Savage, my solos and whatever, and I'm able to wipe out their defense and get more banners. So Either they drop stuff and I make up for it and I win, or they don't try very hard and I can make up for it with solos and get more banners that way. And I'm able to win. So again, my last opponent we were just looking at, 7.7 million. I guess this is round 3, 7.7 million. I was able to win. This was the hardest GAC I ever had to do. They just threw the entire roster on defense and didn't even play offense. And I only could get through their top wall and one thing on their bottom. They had a Relic 9 Ray. They had Maul and Padme. And again, they had Negotiator Malevolence on the back wall. And I just didn't have anything I could use to get through everything that they have. But if I put all this on defense, I don't even know if I would have broken through one territory. So that's why I take things like the Executor. That's why I take things like my Traya team and my Galactic Legends on offense, at least for now, because I can't afford not to, basically. So that's me explaining my reasons for what I do with my GAC defense. If this is something for you to think about, I don't know, again, if I would recommend this to anyone, but if what I'm saying, connects with you, you're constantly punching up, you're trying to make your GAC more entertaining, and you just can't afford to put great things on defense right now because they're going to beat it anyways, I guess this is something for you to think about. This is what I use, and it has worked for me. It has worked for me. I know I'm sure people are going to correct me in the comment section and give me reasons why what I'm doing is wrong, and I'm absolutely aware of that. Again, this is me learning the game. This is me documenting my process of learning the game and making content I enjoy about the game. But at the end of the day, to be honest, this has worked pretty well for me. So that's all I can really say about this, is that it's worked. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to stay up to date with more content just like this. Again, before you guys commented, I will be updating this plan as the further I'm able to fix my roster and get the things I should have already upgraded on my roster. Eventually, you're going to have to throw Padme on defense, and eventually we're going to throw Rey on defense and stuff like that. But right now, I just can't afford to do that. So anyways, hope you have a great rest of your day, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.